So Nicole, how long have you been working as a nurse there in the UK?
I've been a nurse now. It will be 20 years this year I've been a nurse. And I work in a really demanding area because I work in intensive care.
Mm.
So yes, been 20 years, 20 long years, tiring.
And then
Yeah.
and then apart from that, then you go home and that's a different working environment
Oh
too.
yeah. You still have to be a mom. You still have to be a wife. Yeah. So it's like a nonstop. You're basically working 24/7.
And your earnings, is it just to cover the household, or as a UK nurse, you guys get paid well? Do you get to do something extra on the side, like work on something that you have a desire for, like maybe going back to Jamaica?
I wouldn't say that we're paid, but I wouldn't say that we are one of the best paying countries in the world, to tell you the truth. And that's the reason why we work so many hours, is really to make up for what we don't really get from our main job. We do extra shifts. Um, it's just enough to cover the bills here. And my plan when I came to England was really to help myself and my extended family.
Mm,
And that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people come from the Caribbean or African countries, or third world countries, wherever they're coming from. You
yeah.
come to the first world country because you think that there are a lot of opportunities here. So you can earn, you can live a decent life here, and you can also help your siblings, your mom, your dad. And
Mm,
those are some of my main reasons. So when after I coming to England, I then had my own family. I had 4 children. I had a mortgage. We had cars. We had, the bills were endless.
Mhm.
Yeah, so my salary alone definitely could not cover that.
and so and you're talking about your household income, right? Because your husband,
Yeah,
what does he
yeah.
doesn't he work full time as well?
He's a teacher. Yes, he worked full time as well.
So even with that combined, really good jobs combined, and you're still not able to extend up outside of your
Hmm.
core family.
Yeah, because what you find is that you end up starting when you're studying, you have um bills that you have to pay back, loans that you had taken out that you start to pay back.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you have the mortgage loan, and before you know it, you had credit cards and stuff like that. So it's not just paying for the bills or buying food or putting petrol in the car, it's also paying for the loans that you've taken out and
Mm.
stuff like that. So even though you have a combined income from working class professionals, you would think that, you should be able to cover your bills now, because when you look at it, you think the hours that you put in does not match the salary that you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling our story too, and we're all the way in Canada.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
But it's a thread, and this is why we see so many people looking for a way to supplement
Yeah.
their income. Because for us too, I'm a nurse like yourself, and I was working full time, and then
Yeah, for me, I was a designer in an online insurance company, working full time downtown Toronto, and
Yeah.
together I combined
yeah,
income in one of the two of the highest paid industries on the planet,
yeah,
and still, and
still,
still, we had to look for something outside of that to supplement our income.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's the same.
And we I guess it's an immigrant story too, because in order for you to get the title, get the RN, or
Yeah.
you're a designer, you had to go to school for that. And just
Yeah.
said the student debt for us, that was one of the main reasons we were $74,000 in debt
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
when we started the online business that we're doing now. So it's just interesting to, and globally, right? Because this is a global community. It's interesting to just hear the stories. It's told by different mouths, different tongues,
Yeah.
Yeah,
is the same thing.
It's the
And
same thing.
exactly the same thing.
and
And
when
then the children come along, because I have 4, and childcare alone will take
yeah,
half of 4 children. Childcare alone will take half of your salary.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I think, what's the point going to work? I'm just working to pay the childcare.
And
exactly.
that's exactly why we started the business 4 years ago, because I could see that, Nicole. I could see my paycheck just going towards it anyway. So I'm like, why don't I just look for a way to be able to earn from home and take care of the kids, right?
Hmm.
So what is the one thing that you can tell for people who are like seeing the ads, right? And having that desire to check it out, but they're just not, for whatever reason. Like, what
Mm.
can you share with them to possibly help them move forward and see if this is something that they want to be a part of?
I think when people genuinely want to find something, and it's right in front of your face, especially when you have the opportunity to explore it before you actually, sign your name and it's completed and you're locked in. You have the opportunity to explore it. Why not? I mean, why not? Look at it. You have the time to really ask all the questions that you want to ask and see how it's working for other people and check it out. Because yes, people can be skeptical because there's so much out there, but you have the opportunity to explore it. Why not just take advantage of it? Because if you say you want to change, but it's like you want it to just happen without you doing nothing. You have to take the first step. You have to step out of your comfort zone. And your comfort zone is not even a comfort zone. You're just getting by. You're literally just getting by. And this is a new year, 2024. You said the same thing last year, the year before that, and it's the same thing. If you do nothing, you get the same result.
Exactly.
So just take the first step.
Well said. Well said.
That's a good point, because you're right. You can't really affect change if you're not doing anything different.
Right.
So for you, Nicole, like what has changed so far? Like, what were the dreams that you had before, prior to starting your online business, right? That now you are seeing come into fruition because of the supplemental income that it's giving you? Like, did you have dreams, like big dreams outside of your household, right?
Yeah. One of my main reasons was really helping my family back home. My dad unfortunately passed away a year ago. I was able to go down and spend some time with him before he passed, and I was really grateful to God for that. My mom, she's now in America, actually. So we sent her over to America to just take a break, because we had quite a few losses in our family. So I was able to do that. I'm also building my home back home in Jamaica. So one day I could move to a warm place and retire and just be around, family and friends that I grew up with, because I didn't grow up in England. So yeah, those are some of the things that I'm doing.
Nice.
And my children, I'm leaving a legacy for them, because I didn't want them to struggle the same way I struggled when I was growing up. So I'm so grateful for the business for that.
Wow. You're essentially changing a generation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to go through the same financial struggles, right?
Yeah.
That you guys probably went through. That's really, you're setting them up for success.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you guys have done that with just your 2 jobs? I wonder if, or
in my head.
That's an honest.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, maybe they're thinking the same thing in their head. If I do this enough, if I stay in the same job enough and long enough, it'll take me to where I want to go. But the reality is, based on what you're saying, that's not the case. Right?
Well, no. we don't doubt that people can put in the work and they can work hard, but the problem is we're not getting any younger.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are physical limitations, right? So if you're someone like a nurse, that you have to reposition patients every 2 hours, or if you're working in maybe construction, you can only go out there for
so long.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you, like Nicole, you want to be able to retire in a warmer country, right? Like, how is that? You have to think ahead, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is why I guess you started the online business, and now it's paying off. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Congrats, Nicole. So for people like you who have the same desires as you, how can they start checking out the business? Like, just simple 1, 2, 3 step. How can
just click on the link on my website, register with your name and email address, and watch a free webinar. That's the beginning. Watch a free webinar, 90 minutes webinar, and you will see other people sharing their experiencing and how you can move ahead and take the next step in starting your own journey.
So will they be able to interact with you after they sign up for the business?
Oh, definitely. Okay. It's a global community. You're not left alone to fend for yourself. You have a mentor, you have a coach, you've got 24/7 access to all the training site. We are a huge community, so I will always be there. always be there on the other end of the line, you know, if you're having issues. So you will not be left alone at all. This is not a business that you come in and you go, you know, you're thrown in the deep end at all. This is a very supportive business. And so, no, you will not be alone at all. Someone will always be there.
I just wanted to say that for people who are inexperienced, you know, in business or just maybe doing anything online, right? So just wanted to throw that up. Okay.
Yeah.
So congrats, Nicole. You've heard her, you've heard her story, you've heard what this online business has been doing for her and for many others. So click on her link, register on her website, and she will be sending you that webinar replay link that you can watch and see if it's a good fit for yourself and your family. Congrats, Nicole.
Congrats.
And
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me. Bye.